All right, just making sure this is working. Test and check and check and test. Test and check and test. All right. The stream is telling me that we're on. So that's good. It should have popped up. You can't see me. Okay, very cool. So I think we're doing it. To clear off the desktop. Windows open here. Don't want to open this one. And just back on the main page. Hi out there, if anyone's watching. I have no idea. Streaming monitor says I'm good. All right, and of course, as usual, I'm not entirely prepared, but we'll make it work. We will make it work. So, okay, there's that, there's this. Just, again, just getting myself prepared, everybody. I don't need that, but let's close that. That's running. And that's running. And 59. I'll start recording in a moment. As soon as it's 9 o'clock, I'm going to give you my face. You want my face? No, you don't. Counting down. Still says 8:59. Still says 8:59. All right. It's 9 o'clock. Welcome to the Starship Right live stream. Hi, everybody. How you doing? I don't know how many everybody's there's going to be, but hey, whatever. Whatever we got. It's all good. So, here's what I'm doing today. It's another day of making stuff for the rewards, for Pledge Rewards. And I'm also going to be working on the March Spaceship Club ship. And you can ask me any questions you want in the chat. I'll keep my eye on it, make sure it's cool. And we'll just go from there. So, let's see. First thing I'm doing. We have these awesome stickers. These beautiful Starship Right stickers. Yes, there goes my automatic light. Beautiful Starship Right stickers. Starship Right Power Systems Tech Crew. This is for direct backers only, just people who are either pledging or have joined the Patreon. Everybody who joins the Patreon is going to get one of these. In fact, everyone who's already joined the Patreon is going to get one of these at some point. But there you go. Awesome stickers, which I got from a fellow in North Carolina named Ryan, who has a place called StickerFied, StickerFied.com. And man, he did such a great job. I mean, they weren't even that expensive. This was like, it was very inexpensive for these really spectacular, top-notch, top-quality stickers. You are going to love them. I already love them. There you have it. Next thing we were working on is, I'm working on a key tag. This is the prototype that I printed on my little resin printer. It says Starship Right Flight Crew. This is going to go out to $10 pledges on the Patreon, or any pledge for Spaceship Club on Patreon, and also it's going to go for $5 pledges on the StarshipRight.com site. So You're going to get one of these and stickers and various other things that I'm probably going to sneak in there. All right, I see we do have viewers, which is great. Thank you for showing up. So there's your key tag. Now, the way I'm going to make these, I want to actually make these out of this. This is pewter. It is a brick of pewter, which I got from Amazon. Isn't that amazing? They'll just send you blocks of metal. Right? So I'm gonna put it in this, and I'm gonna put it on a hot plate, and I'm gonna melt it, and I'm gonna pour it into a mold to make this. And I use a process when I do this where I make a hard mold box, a hard mold, to pour the silicone in that I use to make the piece, or use to make the mold that I pour the material that makes the piece in. I did that with this ship body here. This is a thing that I'm doing for Schlock Mercenary, and I am making a bunch of I'm making a bunch of little ships for my buddy Howard Taylor and his Schlock Mercenary. This is for his Kickstarter for the Big Dumb Objects. It's a Schlock Mercenary book 16. 16 books of Schlock Mercenary. It's crazy. Anyway, a bunch of people ordered these as part of the Kickstarter, so I'm making a whole pile of them, and I'm using the same technique that I used to make this. I'm using to make your key tag. Now, this is a resin printed mold box. This is how I did it with the Schlock Mercenary. But what I found out doing this, I printed this and dealt with it yesterday. This, because of the size of my printer, it's very small. The angle that this thing prints at is not tilted back far enough to keep the software from putting supports in here. You might be able to see that there's all those little divots and things sticking up in the background. Well, some of them are on the key tag itself, and it has made the key tag not. It's made it a mess when I'm trying to get those supports off there. I tried to do it and it didn't work. So instead of doing the whole thing as this, I'm going to do, and I have to change my thing. Okay, so instead of doing that, I have printed most of the box, as you will see. Here's the box in the background. I've printed most of the box, all the parts that aren't the key tag. I've printed on my regular printer, the one I use to make the spaceships. Oh, here's it. For you silver donors, you're going to get this awesome silver version of the rocket spaceship. Pretty much everybody else can get this one. But anyway, sorry. I'm trying to get more professional at this, and it's going to take some time. So I've made this box on the regular printer, which is much less expensive, and actually this is quite a bit more accurate. This one had some, you can see that there's a curvature to the top there, and this one just simply doesn't have it. So this is a better way to do that. Plus it's less expensive because this plastic is way less expensive than this resin. So yay. And then I'm going to, let's transition over, and then this is going to insert into it. This is the, this is the ZBrush that you're looking at. Now this is the insert. This is the insert that I'm going to stick into that, which I will print on the resin printer, and then I'm going to seal it up, glue it together, make sure it's going to work. And when this prints out, it will be essentially pristine. So that'll be quicker, it'll be more accurate, it'll be cleaner, and that'll be great. Just to show you, here's the box in ZBrush. I went through a whole bunch of iterations of this. This is the previous one that you've seen. It divided up into pieces. There's the tag, and these are the registration blocks, and This is the funnel into which I'm going to pour the pewter. It's got a vent at the top. You pour it in here. It fills up. Hopefully, there's no bubbles or anything in there, and it just comes out the top, and then it'll be a nice solid metal thing. So that's that. But I went ahead and is this it? I went ahead and used a Boolean in ZBrush, where I subtracted that block from this. Used that same mold. And so did this. And then there's this. I tilted it back. This is the way it looks before it's tilted, but I tilted this one back because you can see there's this little block down here on the corner. That is to help avoid the kind of curvature problems that I had with this. That's to help avoid that. It will start printing on this flat piece that's oriented exactly to the print bed. But it's there. We'll print on that, and then it will print more cleanly as it goes on. So I'm learning as I go, and it's always fun to learn as you go. And there you go. And no, I've never cast pewter before. I'm just going to do it and see if it works. If it doesn't work, I can always do it in plastic. The same mold will work. I'll be able to use the same mold. It's going to be, let's put it this way, the same mold box will work, not the same mold silicone will work. I'm using a heat-resistant silicone for trying to do the metal. Anyway, so there you go. That's what's going on. I'm really happy with how this came out. And let's go back to the other camera. Really happy with how this came out. This is solid. This is a total. This concept has worked out very well. I've seen it. This is used in many major manufacturing processes to where they have a steel mold box and they put a 3D printed resin mold object in there, and then they injection it. So this is working. This is going to work a lot better, I hope. Let's cross our fingers. All right. So what else am I going on back here? I'm not even sure. Okay. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing great. Please say hi in the chat if you can. I will say hi back. In fact, here I will type a chat. Hi, chat peoples. There you go. And then you should be able to see it. So, all right. Okay, so that's that. I'm also working on. This is a very prototypey prototype of the spaceship reward that a lot of people are going to get. Pretty much everybody who pledges $10 or over is going to get one of these. It's got a base and spaceship, which I'm not going to pull off here because this stand will break. Yeah, I found that out the hard way. It's glued together now at the base, but that's the prototype. This is what it's going to look like. The spaceship will be renewable. The stand isn't going to be permanently set to it. I'm going to redesign. I have to redesign this base because it's too big, and it doesn't need to be this big. It's a little awkward, so I'm redesigning that right now, along with everything else that I'm doing. All right, so there's that. You cannot set this in a place where you're going to be able to see it. Oh well. I didn't. So, a lot of stuff. Not that a lot of stuff to talk about. So let's go back to ZBrush. I'm going to position myself. Okay. Go back to ZBrush. Again, thank you for. Hey, Kevin Toff. Good to see you, buddy. How you doing? This. Alrighty. So let's see. What else is in this file that I can show you? Is this got the base that I'm redoing? Let's see. I was redoing the base. It may not have the redo. I think that's in the other file. Yeah, okay. So that's the base as it is. think that's not it. I do have this more organized than that, but it's just in a different file. Okay, fine. So now I'm going to load up the. Let's go back to this in here. I'm going to save it because I've got to save these things. Replace. You want a 172? Okay. I'm going to show you something. This isn't going to be 172, but it's a cool thing. This is a thing that I'm going to show a very brief glimpse of, but it's a model kit that I'm working on. That yeah, here you go. You can't see it because I have it on ZBrush, and this is a Moto file. So let me do this, and I will switch this to this. There we go. All right. Oops. Cancel. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be a model kit that I make. This is going to be a model kit over here. It doesn't have a lot of details on it, Kevin, but it will soon. You may not know what this ship is, and that's okay. But I'm definitely going to be making this into some kind of a model that you guys can build. All right, and there's the Kevin Toft sneak peek, and I gotta switch back to ZBrush. ZBrush. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna actually close Moto, and we'll get back to what we were doing. Zoom feathery bead. There we go. And did I save this? I did save this, right? Yeah. Okay. So now I'm going to File, Open. No, I need to go to Spaceship Club. Spaceship Club. 2020 ships. 03 March. And here's the March ship. Open. All right, and this is what we've got so far for the March spaceship. Kind of funny looking. But, that's what we're going to be working on today. I have sketch of this that I can show you. Let me find it. Hold on. It's in my sketchbook, which is not far away. No, it's not the blue sketchbook. The brown sketchbook. Where's the blue sketchbook? Oh, of course. It's the one thing that's not even in my reach, right? Oh, no, it's here in my backpack. And I'm glad that you don't have to watch me hunt around for things. Yay. Someday I will learn how to be a better caster. So here you go. Actually, let me switch back to the other camera so I can show you this transition. All right, here is. That is not it. That is it. There you go. That's the drawing that I'm working from. They're very, very quick, loose drawings. There's the side view, the back view, the top view, and other ships coming up. Because this page is full of ships that I'm going to be making coming up. All right. All right, you know where yours is. Okay, Kev. Very good. All right, so now, oops, keep that up so I can see what I'm doing. Let's switch back. There we go. I did. Now, mind you, this is going to YouTube and I'm recording it, so you'll be able to watch it later if you don't have to hang out for the whole thing. Is everybody working from home now, like me? I've been working from home for a while, but you know, the crazy things that are happening are making it so. Looks like probably everybody's going to be working from home. All right, let's look at this thing and see, is there anything else that I need to add? Yes, there is. Excuse me. I need to add, I'm going to go back here to this and select it. Okay, so I'm going to turn on my polyframe. Ooh, that's not the one that I want to go to. Is it? I want to go to. Here we go. Okay. Yes, that's it. I'm going to select one of these. And go to. What am I doing? It doesn't work. All right, so let's copy. Let's copy this. And I'm going to paste it down here. And we're going to delete that. And delete hidden. And I'm going to take this and move it. Actually, let's move it to the center by doing that. And drag it back. Something weird there. Okay, let's undo that. Oh, I see what it is. Okay. Hidden. Unnecessary. Alright, so I'm going to push that up. I'm going to zoom in. Something's not centered properly here. Let's try that again. Bring it around. Push it back. And of course, the computer is slogging. As is. Get that. What's going on there? Oh, I know what happened. It's so joke. Okay, delete this. I'm going to delete that. I copied the wrong one. Delete. Okay. Let's go there. Let's go auto groups. I'm going to click on that and hit and Control Shift, and I'm going to try to duplicate it. Duplicate. There we go. And I'll put that in there. And reset it. Wow, ZBrush is chugging with this video processing. I guess I'm going to get another computer. Oh golly, whatever will I do with a new computer? And that's why I'm doing the pledge drive, kids, because I could use some new computer. Kevin, you're working from work? They're not letting you go home? Oh, that's terrible. What about your bro? What's he up to? I haven't talked to Chris in quite a while. Hope he's okay. That's what's going on here. And I'm going to make this larger. And that part. Let's turn off that polyframe. And yeah, there we go. That's pretty cool. I think that will work. Wow. Yeah. PUBG 24/7. Troy, this is ZBrush. I mostly work in ZBrush for these spaceships, although I do go back to Modo. Modo is my primary sort of polygon model, whereas ZBrush is, I don't know, ZBrush is kind of my core 3D program now because I've learned a bunch of stuff from it, from a bunch of guys online who post things about it. And I did the same with Modo, but there are some things that ZBrush does really well and really fast. So I have been mostly working in ZBrush for some time now. Okay, so there's our side view. All right, all my engine ports are in, all my body stuff is on. Yeah, that's pretty much the solid body that I want. So the next thing I want to do is I want to sort of round the corners on these very harsh things. So let's go solo. And that's a funny looking thing, isn't it? Let's turn on polyframe. Alright, so I want to actually, that's really kind of a mess, isn't it? I want to round these, so I'm just going to say bevel. I'll do partial, and let's see what it gives me. That's not what I want. Of course. Okay, so let's hit D. And let's uncrease. I'm going to uncrease this. You're welcome, Troy, no problem. ZBrush has a very steep learning curve. For me, in a way, it had a very steep learning curve because I'd already learned Maya and Modo and some Max and a bunch of other stuff. So ZBrush has a very strange, idiosyncratic interface, and let's increase all and geometry, increase all. Yeah, look at that. That's not what I meant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some edge loops and some insets. Let's see what that does. There's an inset. And let's hit that. Yep, that's going to do it. So let's inset this one. And inset this one. And that should, in theory, take care of what I want to do, but I'm still going to have to crease some edges. Because you can see, look at that, that's a mess. I do have to crease a few edges. And now I figure out which ones I got to crease. So much fun. Creasing is, in other apps, is like edge weight. Or in this case, I'm adding control loops like you would for a subdivision model, because that's pretty much what I'm doing. Okay. I need to crease and go to partial on that one because it's going to get ugly if I try doing anything else. There we go. And I gotta zoom way in, guys. Hold on. This is going to need that. That's kind of better. Oops. Kind of better. Let's turn that off. We're going to need to up these smooth subdivisions. I'm using dynamic smoothing, so dynamic subdivision, and which means that it subdies it temporarily. Let's see what it looks like with the rest of it. There we go. Yeah, that's all I need. I'm going to be booleaning these things together, all of them together, so they're all going to be one piece. I'm actually going to be doing that shortly. That's going to be the next thing we do, I think, is booleaning this into one piece, smoothing out some of those weird edges, and then starting to add some detail. Oh, actually, there is a detail that I want to add. Yeah, there's some things I want to add before before we do that, let's see. But we'll do that in a minute. Let's skip these edges, round it off where I want them rounded off. Those I want rounded off. This I want rounded off. Let's solo that and see what our geometry looks like. I don't remember. Okay, that's what it looks like. And so this can be creased, but this should be beveled. Alright, let's try this. I'm going to bevel the partial again and see what happens. Ooh, that's ugly. Let's try this instead. When it's ugly, it's ugly. There's nothing you can do about it. No, it's not going to work. Okay, I might have to leave those as is, although let's see if I can insert an edge loop and put in a control loop like I would for a subdivision surface. Looks like I can. And I can uncrease this. Crease, hold down Option, uncrease, oops, Option, uncrease. Let's see what that looks like. I'm going to increase to some areas. There's too much crease there, but it is rounding off the edge the way I want it to. So let's increase this one. Okay, that's lovely. And let's go back to our thing. Trying not to mumble. If you can't hear me, if the sound is weird, please let me know in the chat, and I will fix it. I can put on my headset that's got a microphone. There's all kinds of things I can do. Alright, so that is pretty much what I want. Is this one creased? I don't think so. Okay. Hang on, sorry. There we go. That's what I want. Nice, smooth, rounded edge. And back to the whole thing. You can see that there's a lot of pieces of it that just aren't going to be visible, so I don't care what the geometry looks like. Once this is gluing together, it will be one solid piece, and that will be where it goes. So these are all additive booleans. I don't have any subtractions here yet, but I'm going to add a subtraction. And of course my phone is ringing. No, I'm going to decline. I'm going to decline because it's from the school, which means I'll probably call my wife as well. They're probably calling to tell us that, oh, we're going to cancel school for the next month. So I'll have my kids here next time I do a live stream. Won't that be great? No, it will be great. They're awesome, but they are a handful. Okay, I'm happy with this as is. So now let's go to this. I want to make a couple of insets in this thing that match the drawing. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to, this is going to be the outer skin of it, and I'm going to want to do an inner skin. So I'm going to select that, I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to, okay, the symmetry is on. I'm going to go to transparent. And let's go to center. Is that actually the center? Center. Oh, okay. Well, let's see what we get. Well, let's tell if it's working or not. Let's turn off transparent. And turn this off. I'm going to turn that on, sorry. Well, that's why I couldn't tell, because it wasn't working. Oh, so no. What I want to do, I want to do something different. Side cones 1. Let's go back to transparent. I've got these side cones, and I'm going to use deflate. I'm going to go to, let's see, where is that under? That's under deformation. You know, this is one of these weird things about ZBrush. You have to know where these things are. We're going to go to inflate, and we are going to deflate. Okay, let's increase all before we deflate, shall we? Increase all. And then we will inflate. Just the opposite of inflate. And let's see if that works. No, it works terribly. Probably do it by scaling from a different point. Let me move that to there. And see if we can't scale them down. Works for us. That's far enough. Let's see if it is where it is supposed to be. Is it protruding from the planes as it is? Tell. So, what's going on here? Side comes one. It looks like it's doing what it's supposed to do, but maybe it isn't. Yeah, well, except for that. Okay, so what I'm going to do for this, because it's not doing what I want on that side, is let's go back to solo, and I'm going to put that. I'm going to use my slice curve, and I'm going to slice this thing through here. The interior part of this isn't going to matter because I only really want the exterior part. So, what happened there? Let's go all groups. Let's turn this toward me so it's flat, and then try this again. Let's try again. And Shift D, we're going to delete that, delete hidden. We're going to delete that one, delete hidden. We're going to close holes. We're going to crease. Let's see what it looks like. Curvy. It's perfect, great, fantastic, fine, wonderful. We need to mirror and weld in the X direction, and now we've got two of them. And now I can take it off solo and turn off polyfill. So it's not visible from here, unless of course I hit transparency. The shape's a little janky, but that it doesn't matter because we're only going to be subtracting from one part of this, and I'll show you how that's going to work. Transparency off. So we are going to be subtracting from side cones only. I'm going to, let's see, how am I going to cut this? Let's try it with a cube first. I'm going to insert a new subtool. It's going to be a cube 3D, which is a big ugly thing that fills up the screen. Let us go to initialize. Now I'm going to initialize it to a cube, quick cube, whatever they call it. So now it's much smaller. I'm going to turn on the polyfocus so you can see it. Right. I'm going to move it out here. And I'm going to shrink it down a little bit. And I'm going to refer to my drawing once again down here to see what that looks like. Okay. Let's give that a try. I'm going to, let's move this here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. It's going to get smaller. And I'm going to, let's see, I want to delete that edge loop for the moment. I am going to select that corner, and I'm going to push this back. So that's what it looks like on the drawing. Quick. All right. Turn off the polyfill for a moment. Now, here comes the fun part. Oops. Or at least I think it's the fun part. Let's have a little fun today. I'm gonna do my Bob Ross. I'm gonna do 3D Bob Ross. Let's have a little fun today. We got a happy little spaceship over here. We're gonna put a nice indent on the side of this thing. I love Bob Ross, by the way. Love him. He was so great. I kind of miss him. It's great that we can watch him on YouTube now. They've got all of the entire Bob Ross series on YouTube. And that is great. Okay, now I'll be able to see this a little bit better. You see how that's intersecting? And see how easy? You just beat the devil out of it. All right, so I'm going to turn this. And I'm not trying to be super precise here. One of the things about doing 3D is, yes, sometimes it's important to be super precise, but sometimes not so much. And this is one of those times. These things, this is an original creation. It doesn't have to be all that good. It doesn't have to be super precise. Now I'm going to turn on the Boolean. Boop. Yeah, boy. That's what I was looking for. That's exactly what I want. Right there. Might be a little bit far. And let's try. No, that's correct. What I got to do instead is go here and let's do that and move this out. Not quite that far. There we go. Quit. All right, so there's that, and obviously it's only on one side. So we go back to, I'm going to rename this. Very important to name the layer. Side colon, subtract, SCBT. That's my naming convention. Yeah. So there we go. There's that. That looks pretty cool. I'm happy with that. And now we mirror in Weld X, and now it's on both sides. Okay, very cool. And let's see, next thing I want to do, there's another subtraction that I want to make, which is going to be from the sides of the main part of the body. And of course, once again, discard my bobber here. Alright, let's see. So we're going to need to make a thing that does that. Okay. Let us make another one. And I'm going to go find. This actually is going to be eating into several different pieces. So I'm going to put it in. I'm going to just insert another one. Let's insert Cube 3D. Once again, it's a giant thing. We initialize it to a cube. This time I'm going to make the resolution 1. I can add in loops if I need to. So this is a 3D cube that is just 6 polygons. Right. I'm going to move it over here. And I'm going to shrink it to the thickness that I want it to be. Probably about there. This is going to be a thing that cuts into the side and then turns and runs up the back. All the way up. So this is going to cut into the side here on both sides. I'm going to put it there. I'm going to wind up messing with it. But this is how we get started, just a simple chunk. I set that to subtract. That's what it's going to do. Oops. That's what it's going to do. And I'm going to actually lean it forward a tad bit. Down. It's actually too wide still right now. There we go. That's more like it. And this is just going to be a detail. I need to bring this down so that it is about there because I'm actually going to duplicate this, put it up on the top, and connect them together. So let's see, let's go back to there. Let's go back to additive. And it doesn't need to be that big. So I'm going to move this to the top. And I'm going to shrink that down. I'm going to move this to there, and I'm going to shrink it down because I just don't need it sticking out all over. All right. Now, for the Magic ZBrush, I will duplicate it by holding Control and dragging it. And then bring this up. And that's about where it's supposed to be. And this is going to need some twisting and turning and stuff because obviously it's going up on the back of the vehicle. And let's turn it that way. Let's see where we are. I think that would probably work. Okay. And now I'm going to stretch that out that way. What are we doing, guys? Let's see how far up that goes. And it actually goes all the way up to there. Goes all the way up to there, and sorry, I had a weird selection. Let's try it again. Okay, this part is going to center. And angle that back up. That's exactly what it's supposed to look like. Yay! Yeah, let's quit, and let's once again go to subtract to see what we're getting. That's actually kind of cool, even with that strange thing sticking through it. Quit. Let's go additive again so we can see it. And we're going to let's see. It's not going to work. We need to bring this. You can move in ZBrush, you can move the gizmo here, the 3D transformation thing, anywhere by holding down Option, and it reconnects it from the object. You can change your axis to whatever you need it to be. And let's go back to subtract on it. And I'm going to rotate this out. And quit. And now I'm going to add in a couple of loops here. Let's turn on polyfill so I can see it. I'm going to add the Z modeler. Do I have this on insert? Insert edge loop. Yes, I do. Looks like. So there's an edge loop that I'm inserting. And I'm going to crease this, auto crease to crease the things I want creased, and not crease the things I don't want creased. I'm going to bring that in just a little bit, and you'll see when I hit D. And increase that loop too, but you'll see when you do that and do this that I now have a slight curvature to my insert. There we go. Perfect. That's what I want. Pretty. I'm still going to have to do some tweaking. But okay, so the next thing we're going to do, quit. Let's turn that back on. I'm going to insert a loop here. And do the same thing. Twisting it off like that. Let's turn that off. And W, and I'm actually going to pull that out slightly. Right. And that's cool. I'm going to insert a whole bunch of loops on this thing to make it not make it cut in better. Yeah, okay, and I'm definitely going to need to move that up. So turn that on. Sorry if I'm being cryptic. If you have questions, do ask. And this is me trying to learn how to be a video maker. It means I have to stop mumbling. It means I have to speak more clearly. I need to stop saying and I have to make sure I don't touch my face because, you know, I will die. And thank you for sitting in on the festivities as I center and as I attempt to become one of those people that makes cool videos and people like and want to watch. It may never happen, but I'm going to try anyway. Just because something doesn't work doesn't mean I'm not going to do it. I know I'm ridiculous, but we knew that. All right, and quit. And actually, we're going to do that for the other two bits of it too. And rotate because I want this to cut in just right. Actually, that was kind of cool. I like that angled edge. Push this just a bit. Just a bit. And 3D. So now I've got two cuts in there. Let's go solo because now I want to make it so these things are joined. And to do that, I'm going to delete a single poly. This is, by the way, this is the Z modeler brush, which is it's not new in ZBrush, but it was added only a couple of years ago or 3 years ago, and it has transformed ZBrush into simply a sculpting program into a really powerful hard surface poly modeler. So that's what I'm using. I'm going to delete the single poly. Boom. I'm going to delete the single poly. And go to this edge. I'm going to go bridge 2 holes. I'm going to leave all this set the way it is. And actually, let's go to circle and see how that works. I'm going to click this side, and I'm going to click over here, and then I'm going to create a nice smooth curve. Yeah, it worked the first time. That's what I want. That's exactly what I want. That is perfect. And it's looking weird up there. So let's select that, and W, and go to center, and once again change the orientation of this so we can put that in there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on getting another computer. And I can do that if y'all help me out with nice pledge donations. So let me talk about the pledge drive for a second. What it is, what it isn't, what it was, what it will be. I'm going to put this up here, transition. All right, so I'm trying to get more people to join my Patreon and just in general to know about Starship Right, about what I do, about who I am. And, trying to make this a part of my income stream, which has been pretty weird since I left the prop shop. I walked out of Thingergy a while back for personal reasons. I will not be going into that. It's not worth it. But suffice it to say that I walked out on my own and not going back. So since then, I've been freelancing as much as I can, and trying to do this spaceship thing as much as I can. And you know, it's not easy to do this. It's not easy to be an indie creator and make your own thing. So I'm really hoping to, and I know I'm doing it at the worst time ever possible because, you know, here we are, global pandemic, economic crash, everything's going to fall apart. But I'm doing this anyway because I'm stubborn. I'm definitely in the never give up, never surrender camp. And besides, you know, if it really goes that bad, you know, we're all going to be in trouble. And I'm not going to think about it too much anyway. So, all right, there's our thingy. So the pledge drive, just like an NPR pledge drive or a PBS pledge drive, has rewards attached to it. And let me now, let's go to Cintiq plus Logitech so you can see what I'm doing. And here is the pledge drive on my Patreon. If you join the Patreon at $1, I only have 3 tiers right now. And that is $1, which gives you access to Patreon. You get to see all the spaceships that I draw. You get to you get whatever I can throw together every month. Spaceship every day, 365 days a year. I have done this now for more than 3 years on over 1,100 spaceships. So if you like spaceship sketches, this is the place to go. It's only $1 a month to join, and that's great. Very, very, very inexpensive. And you get all that spaceships, you get access to me. I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff, adding videos, adding tutorials, adding other fun things that I can give away. Because I've got this, I've built myself a manufacturing empire. Oh, wait, I haven't put it up there. There you go. Okay. So this is my Patreon. And I'm doing the pledge drive. $1 gets you in. The next tier up is Spaceship Club. With Spaceship Club, every month, you get a spaceship. And let me see if I can find, there's your stickers that I'm going to be handing out. See if I can find a Spaceship Club thing. Now there's the tag I'm working on. There's a Spaceship Club spaceship. I'm going to keep going down until it tells me I can't. Like I said, I'm not 100% prepared here, but I'm doing my best, improvising. Let's see, where is a Spaceship Club? Spaceship Club ones, a lot of them have spoilers. Yeah, here we go. February ship update. So this is the ship from February that you can see. Here's the ZBrush model when it was complete. These are rough prints that I printed out as part of the process of making it. I always wind up doing a few prints. I send out one of these every month to people in the United States. If you are in the United States, it's $10 a month. You will get a spaceship mailed to you in a little box every month. Hang on, maybe I can do a little show and tell in front of the camera. It's spaceships that I have, of course, cleaned up and put away. So I'll be right back. I'm going to go get spaceships. I have a whole box of them over here. I've been cleaning up my office to make it so I can easily work on all the different things I'm working on, because I'm working on original paintings, which I will show you in a moment. I'm working on original paintings. I'm working on spaceships for Howard. I'm working on my spaceships. I'm working on, you name it. I'm working on it pretty much. So see that. I'm getting these other arts that I didn't have time to set myself up with before I started the podcast here, or the live stream. Alright, so now that I have these things nearby, we can switch back to my FaceTime cam. Hi, how you doing? Thanks for sticking with me, guys. Oh, look. Oh, another question. Am I using a Wacom-like tablet and stylus to make this model? Yeah, I have a Cintiq. You can't see it. It's over here. I have a Wacom Cintiq. Uh, hmm. Yeah, I can't show. I can't show it to you. I have a Wacom Cintiq. Let's see if I can pull it. See that? That right there. This is a Wacom monitor. You know, Cintiq drawing tablet. So yes, I use that. I actually have not been using it as much as I'm only using it for the 3D stuff because I'm doing all my drawing on my iPad with an Apple pencil. But yeah, I use a Wacom Cintiq. I really need to I probably need to get another one because this one's like 12 years old now. So yeah, that would be another reason why I'm doing this pledge drive. In case you hadn't seen these, I have 3 notebooks full of daily sketch cards, and these are all actually for sale. But a lot of people in this pledge drive are going to be surprised by getting one of the older ones, probably from 2018, 2017, 2019. I'm going to slip those in with some of these orders, so look out for those. Normally, these are $20 for non-Patreons. Oh, yes, I should say this. If you join my Patreon, you get 25% off almost everything in the store as long as you're a patron. And, so you save lots and lots of you will save lots and lots of money if you want to buy this stuff from me if you become a patron. It's really easy. It's very cheap, and it will make me very happy and feed my children. So let's see. So that's that. I am doing these original arts. This is the one that everyone seems to be loving right now. I've been posting these on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and everything, and people love this. This is the Rocinante from The Expanse, and it's a scene. I call this one Welcome to Illis. This is when Rocinante is landing near the crazy pro-molecule tower things middle of nowhere. And even the folks who make The Expanse have said very nice things about this. Dominique Tipper, the actress who plays Naomi Nagata, has said she loves it and she's happy with it. So that's great. James S.A. Corey, the pair of dudes that go by that name, they like it too. I go back a ways with The Expanse. We'll cover that some other time. But anyway, that's one people are really digging. This I'm going to put this up on sale for $300. So, oh, and the cool thing is I can make more of them because I'm using my computer to help me set these things up. I get a 3D model, usually from Thingiverse. There's a lot of free to use, free to take things on Thingiverse. I do tip the creators on Thingiverse. But I got a 3D model of the Rossi from Thingiverse, and I set it up in my program, set it up in Modo just so I could get a shot like this. And then I rendered it, drew over it, and I hand drew in the towers and all the stuff in the background and all the steam and everything. Drew that in by hand and then transferred it to this piece of watercolor paper and painted it. And I'm doing the same thing with all of these original arts. Here's a wash of the Millennium Falcon. Same thing. Thingiverse model. Render it. Use it as the reference. So this is gouache on Bristol, and I believe this one is this goes for $320. This kind of thing on gouache. Here's a Space 1999 Eagle. That's a marker, and it's ink pen and magic marker. I think this one I'm calling 180 because it's more work than usual. The one this size would normally be like 150, 160. And I'm even doing it for sketch cards. Here's a sketch card. This is it's a Battlestar Galactica Viper. And given the pew pew with the turbo, that is a color one like this is $50 for this. Now, also, I'm doing commissions. I want to put in a little plug for that. I'm doing commissions. You can go to my site and order a commission of whatever pop culture spaceship you like. I've got a commission right now for Blake's 7 Liberator that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to do the Anubis from the Expanse for myself and put that up for sale. I'm sure I'll be doing lots of Star Wars spaceships and putting them up for sale, at least until Disney comes and knocks on my door, which is easy for them because I'm only like 2 miles down the street. Yeah, any spaceship you want. I mean, it could be the Protector from Galaxy Quest. It could be the Orville. It could be something from Mothra. It could be that flying saucer from Forbidden Planet. It doesn't matter what it is. Just one pop culture spaceship on a simple background. And the prices for these, it starts at $20 for a black and white sketch card, and then there's a price point for everything in between up to like $1,000. Mm-hmm. And that $1,000 is a big, detailed painting. And I've got one more. This is my favorite out of the whole bunch. It came out really great. I'm super happy with it. This is an acrylic painting on canvas, nice big thick canvas, of the Gunstar from Starfighter, and man, it looks good. It looks good I'm looking at the on-air screen, and it looks really good on that. It looks 10 times better in person. This is a really nice looking painting. Super happy with it. I can't wait to do another one like this. So, and this would be, what does this go for? This is only this is $400. If you want this painting, it's $400. This one's actually up in the shop now. You can buy it right now. So, if you would like your own Gunstar, I could do it like this, or I could do it like this for $400. I could do it like this. Same image, pretty much. Do it like that on a sketch card for $50. So this is all at a range that just about anybody can afford, even in the face of a ridiculous global pandemic. So, well, do my best with what I got. Oh, and I have another one. I don't know if you've seen this ship before. It's kind of obscure, but this one I'm working on. It's not finished yet, but that's a nice little Enterprise, and this would go for $300 for this when it's done. They're all going to be originals. I'm not doing prints of any of these. Prints would be that would be crossing the fan art line. Usually, if it's an original, they're cool with it because you're making an original, and being commissioned to paint an original like that is generally no problem with the intellectual property. But making prints of them would be considered, attempted to take advantage of the intellectual property. So I'm not going to do it. They're all originals. Anytime you want one, I can make them exactly like those, or I can make any scene you want, or any angle that you want. And I can give it to you from $20 for a black and white sketch card to $1,000 for a very large, this size acrylic painting. And I'm also going to get into doing some oil paintings. I'm actually going to try to Bob Ross stuff and do really fast Bob Ross style happy little spaceships. See how that works. That will be coming up in the future. I'll be doing videos and live streams about that. All right. Have I made enough sense about the pledge job? Please do join up if you can spare $1 a month. That would be great. If you would like to get a spaceship in your mailbox every month, $10. If you live in outside the United States, and I know we have many fans in the UK here. There's a bunch of Canadians that watch and that follow this. If you live outside the United States, I now have an international spaceship club. You get the same spaceships, monthly spaceships, but you're going to get them 3 at a time, or you're going to get them quarterly. I'm going to send them out every 3 months, because that way I can keep the cost down. If I wanted to do it monthly, it would be like $40 a month to do Yeah, it would be 30, 35 bucks a month just to cover the shipping, because international shipping has gone through the roof. It's ridiculous. So rather than try to get somebody to give me all that shipping money, what I'm doing is I'll make the ships for you and send them out quarterly, which means I only have to pay for shipping once, and that makes it work. That actually makes it doable. You know? So that's $12 a month. That's it, $12 a month instead of 30 something. And every 3 months you will get a box from me. Hopefully your country's postal service will be quick with it, and you will get 3 spaceships. Oh, excuse me. Okay. I think I've covered enough of that. I'll go back over it in probably another 30 minutes or so. Anyway, all right. So there you go. Let's go back to this view just to show what's going on. Here's the Patreon. I have to do today's spaceship sketch. It's not done yet. You can see I communicate a lot. You're going to hear a lot from me if you get on the Patreon. You're going to get something at least every day. And then let us go to, here is the store. This is my store, starshipwright.com. It was dead for a while. I revived it. It had a serious technical problem that required me to work with my ISP to get it fixed. And here we go. So for the pledge drive on the store, these are all one-time pledges. It's not the same as the Patreon. If you don't want to join the Patreon, they're $1 a month. You just want something cool, you can pledge here. And I have a whole range of pledges from $5, which gets you stickers and probably something sneaky secret thrown in. The $10 pledge will get you the keychain, the key tag. The $20 pledge gets you spaceships and a key tag and stickers. Each level gives you the stuff from below. At $40, you get a random sketch card. At $60, you get a paperback book. At $80, you get a hardcover. And then we get into the crazy stuff where you can get artwork. The silver patron, let's look here. For $100, you get hardcover, hardcover book, this spaceship. Let's see. Oh yeah, hardcover is sketched. You get a hardcover with a sketch drawn inside, while supplies last. And we have about 60 hardcovers left. As we go forward, here's the gold level patron. This one you are able to get the spaceship, one of these spaceship commissions. You tell me what ship you want. I already have a cool guy. Oh, take it easy, Troy. Thanks very much. Yes, please join the Patreon, and I hope to see you soon. Take it easy. Thank you. Shipping. Yes, Kevin. I ship ships to ship. So for the gold patron, which we have one of, thank you, Glenn, one of my existing patrons. Glenn joined up at Glenn pledged at the gold patron level, and he is going to get the commission of the Blake 7 Liberator, which I've already started working on. It's so much fun to do this thing. It's a lot easier being able to get a Thingiverse model and use that to draw over. That's how I keep the prices down. It's what I call strategic cheating. So you get the hardcover book, you get a gold version of this spaceship at gold level, you get the tag, you get stickers, and I will be sneaking other things in. So, and then it gets really crazy after that. There's the $500 platinum one. All of these are give you original art. But these are for the crazy people, like, for instance, the non-existium patron level, far above the gold, the top level, for 10 grand, who's got 10 grand to blow on this stuff, but for 10 grand, you get permanent store account discount forever. You will always be 25% off. You get a hardcover, you get an 18 by 24 oil painting on canvas of your pop culture spaceship. So that's like That would be at least $2,500 normally. You get the rocket toy, you get the key ring, you get the stickers, you get free shipping, and you get my undying gratitude for spending $10,000 on Starship. So I know that's an outlier. It's very unlikely, but you know, sometimes you just got to shoot for the moon. Ah, keep looking at the wrong camera. This is the one that's on. Hi. Sometimes you got to shoot for the moon. All right. Excuse me. So that's what it is about me. I love to draw spaceships and do sci-fi, and that's kind of all that I want to do. And right now, it's really all that I'm doing because there's not a lot of work out there for me right now, and this is the thing that I'm going to do. So I'm going to do it with a smile, and I'm going to have fun doing it, and I'm going to hang out with cool people, and I'm going to give my friends some cool shit. Sorry, that's bored. Okay, so that is that. Let me go back to ZBrush, and let's get back to this funky shit. Looking pretty good so far. Did I have that smooth? I did have that smooth. No, I didn't have it smooth. Let's solo that because I need to very strategically do my creasing here. Let's turn on the polyfill. You need to crease. Actually, partial should be fine. That's good. That's good. These definitely need to be creased. Sharp edges. Let's do that. This one needs to be creased as well. And I'm going to actually put in some more edge loops to smooth this out. So I'm going to go insert, and this time I'm going to do multiple edge loops. Let's see how it works. Is it changing the curvature at all? So I'll get this where I want it to, and then I'll put in. Let's try insert single edge loop. Split that there, split that there. That will smooth it out some. Turn off the polyframe, turn off the solo. Oh yeah, I need to increase this. This edge, increase. The other edges that need to be increased. And so we got the solo, and turn this on so we can see what we're doing. So increase, increase. These don't really matter because they're not intersecting. Another insert single edge. Another one in here. Yeah, so now it's a little smoother. Very nice. I can do the same thing here and here. And that will smooth that out pretty well. And let's up the smooth subdivision to 3. That's good. That'll work. That is pretty much exactly what I want. So, I'm actually going to move the smooth subdiv up to 4, so it's super smooth, and then I'm going to do one last thing with this. And hello everybody who's still here. I see we have some viewers. Thanks for sticking around, everybody. I want to move this down, go and ask center, move this that way until it comes off. And then we're going to push it in a little bit until it comes back. I wonder if I can just pull that all the way off. Will it work if I pull it all the way off? Yes, it will. So, yeah, and that's what I want. And I will do some more. There's a crease that I don't need. So, zoom 30. I don't need this crease. I need to increase. Increase. No. Increase. And increase. That should do it. Smoother, right? Or smoother? Yes. Okay. Here we go. That's the main body of your ship for March. It is going to go pretty quick from here on out. With this main body, I'm going to. That's fine. Oh, no, it is. So let's mirror. Oh, I did it on the wrong side. That's on the mirror back side. Let's mirror X and mirror Y. So now it is symmetrical on both sides of our ship. How grand. That's just grand, grommet. Right. So let's do a little BPR render of this to see what it's going to look like. BPR, best preview render is a brush. There we go. So there's edges here I want to get rid of. This edge needs to be smoothed out. And this edge needs to be smoothed out. I think what I should do is boolean the whole thing together. And then dynamesh it. And then smooth those out. And then go on to subtracting this bit. So I'm actually going to push that all the way to the bottom. I'm going to turn it off. And that's what we've got. So I am now going to put all these things in a folder. Okay, that's our size. I'm going to make a new folder. Use a brush. And this is body parts. It's body parts. I'm going to put all these things into that folder. This is a relatively new thing. This is in ZBrush 2019. You can put things in folders, and then you can boolean the folder. So you don't have to make a separate tool and spend a lot of time looking for it. This makes it easy. You boolean the folder and it puts it in the same tool. Anymore. Ports, engine struts. Engine struts needs to be bumped up and smooth subdue. It's already through. Okay, close enough. Some of these I need to name matter, but just for peace of mind. Purple strut. This is fun, right? Watching you do this. It's like watching paint dry. Alright, here we go. Finally, everything's in the folder. Close the folder. There's 20 things in there. Let's save. Very important. Save that document. Again, if you have any questions, jump in the chat and let me know. Hey, Kevin, you're watching this on Facebook? Huh? How's it working? Is it working okay? Obviously, YouTube is working. Facebook is working because I'm seeing chats from both of you guys. That's awesome. All right, so now we can go up here. I'm going to boolean with ds div. And that's going to take a little time. So coming back, and let the union remeshing happen. Let's go to this. Looks like it worked really well. So now this is all one piece. Oh my goodness, that looks pretty crazy. This is all one piece. Now I need to dynamesh it. And the reason that I'm dynameshing is a thing that it takes your model and it applies, it basically wraps it in tiny squares. Here, let's show you the cheap version. I'll just do it at 128. It remeshes the whole thing in, wow, that's not right. Round mesh 128. Let's just do that. See, it makes little squares out of the whole thing, and it just projects a set of squares onto it. And that's clearly too low res for what I'm doing, so undo it. Turn it back on. Let's make the resolution 640. Turn off blur, on project. 640, enter, and hit down. Take a little while. And yeah, so there's a bunch of little squares. Yeah, that's not high enough resolution, so let's undo. Let's turn off blur again. Let's make this 9. Let's say let's go to 10, 24. So that is going to be, it's actually not that many points. It's only 350,000. So that's what we're going to work with. I think that's pretty good. You can see that there's a few weird edges here and there. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go to, let's see if I can polish my features, which I have up here. Turn it to 1 and see what happens. It's a little smoother. Let's do it again. There we go. Polish by features. Very nice. And then re-diminish it. Like that. Now, yeah, you can see some crunchiness there along some of the edges. That I can smooth out that crunchiness in there. I can take care of that pretty easily with my planer brush. You know what? Actually, I'm going to undo all that because I want to make it even higher res, believe it or not. There's my mesh. Because I'm going to be sculpting this next. That's the next thing we do is sculpting. And that's where I have it for 1232, right? That'll work. Turn that down and finish. And I might go back, you know what, I might go back and turn blur back on because that should, in theory, get rid of some of those lines. Let's turn blur back on. 32. Again, let's see what we get. ZBrush is one of those apps where it's hard to tell you how to do a thing without just doing it. So sometimes you just got to do it and then see what happens and then correct accordingly. All right, I think that's going to do me. I think that's going to be fine. Let's polish by features again. And okay, awesome. So now I'm going to get my pen and come over here and I'm going to shrink it. I'm going to shrink down my brush size. Oops, why is that not working? Let's bring that down to 7. I'm going to hit Shift to smooth. And I'm also going to turn on symmetry because this is a symmetrical thing. And I'm going to smooth that out. Very nice. And I'm going to put a cut line along there too, but I just want to smooth these transitions out so that they are not quite so obvious. And I will be able to do some other brushing there as well. Try to smooth that out. Nice transition, very good. What's the smooth strength? Oh, it's all the way up. Okay, cool. Smooth here, there. Now we've got relatively nice smooth edge there. You can actually make the brush a little bigger to smooth. About half hour left in this live stream. 127 where I'm at. Okay. Okay, thanks, Kevin. Working well. Good. Glad to hear it. And you know what? I'm going to go to my brush. H for hard polish. H polish, hard polish. I'm going to hold. I'm going to actually bring that. Bring that up a little bit. Then I'm going to smooth it. Smooth smoothness. Now this isn't something that's going to, you're not going to see this at the size that I'm going to print this, so it doesn't matter. And I'm going to be carving things into this. So maybe the lumpiness that you might see like that, that's the top there, that's all going to go away. And hard polish that up. And smooth. Okay. Smooth. Smooth that edge even more. All right. I think we are good in the basic body. So that's so great. It makes me happy. All right, so there's a one-piece spaceship. Where's our other thing that we were subtracting out of it? It's right here. And that's awesome. All right. So from here on out, I am going to pretty much just be, excuse me, sculpting on this. And I think I should union mesh that too. So save. Always save all the time with ZBrush because sometimes it just crashes out of nowhere. So there's union. Right in there. Close it. I'm going to bring in the DS div again. And that's going to give us that whole thing as one piece. Thanks. Oops. Did I mess that up? I did. I messed it up. Easy. I can't come easy. Should do. Let's delete that. Okay. Oops. Alright, well, I did something that you can't undo. I wasn't trying to delete that thing. I had the wrong thing. But it doesn't matter because I've got what I need. And I'm going to save. Yep. I'm going to take a look at the polyframe again. I'm probably going to wind up re-down meshing this. Yes, I am. Let's go to down mesh. Grab 32. 6. Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2. And here and down mesh. Okay, I did it at 1744. I don't care. It's not even a million polygons we're running because this thing is very small. There. And now, the next thing that I do, I'll leave done mesh on because I'm just sculpting here. I'm going to go, this is an arcane little thing. Welcome back, Kev. An arcane little thing that you have to do when you are doing the thing that I'm doing next. There's this thing called morph target, and I need to store one. The reason I need to store one is because I'm switching to the chisel brush. And the chisel brush works better for what I'm about to do if you save a morph target. So now I need to shrink this down in size to 8. Okay. Let's see, does that work? That's a little bit good. Let's shrink it to 6. And 6 and 4 is going to be our thing here. So, right. So I've figured out that at this size 6 is the best size for this. It's really going deeper than I want to. So let's go Z intensity 50. Yeah, that's better. Actually, I'm going to go back up to 65. Nice. Yeah, that's what I want. So with this is how I do all those panel lines and cut lines and things. So we're going to go straight across and then pull it up. Start moving. Turn it a little bit. Here, you can see that line stretching out. That's the lazy mouse. Lazy mouse in here. It lets you do much smoother lines. And do this sort of thing. So I can pull this out and just yank it around like that. Oop, not right. Pull this out, yank it around like that. Still not right. Yank it around gently. That's not. Let's do it this way. Parallel. Alright, yep, that's cool. Now from here, I want to go up to the top. And that corner, let's see. Bingo. Exactly. That's what I want. Doesn't that look cool? So happy with the lazy brush. This would be so hard to do. So hard to do in a regular polygon. Here it's just cake. Alright, so let's see. Got more to put on here. Make another of these on the top. There. And draw this out to here and just make it go straight back. I know, right? It's crazy. It's crazy how this works. It's crazy how well this works. Well, that's my tablet driver acting up. Another thing, another reason why I need to replace my Cintiq. There's a beautiful panel line. Oh gosh, that makes me so happy when that works out. Yes. I think I could do one here too. So let's smooth that out. Let's do it around. Yeah, that's cool. Looks mean. Let's pull this down. Yeah. Look. Yes. It is going to work. This angle though. And then I'm going to pull around and boom. And yeah, I like that. Let's just do it this way. Let's go all the way across and then this way and there. So these are what I call the large cut lines. Get my drawing again. And one of those here. Let's see if I have a and we'll come back up. Back up there. And follow that curve again. Smoothly as I can. Turned out to be very smooth thanks to the magic of the lazy mouse. It's going to come to the edge because if I go too far, it will, let's see, cut like this. Oops, not there. That's okay. I'll have to clean it up a little bit later. And the same here. Just doing this forward. Get it off. And you can see that it will cut all the way down into the. So, do this carefully. Very carefully. And I'm going to have to, excuse me, have to do that at some point. Okay, what else? I've got another one that's kind of like this. On the ground. It's cool. And then on the top of the roof. It should have one in it. So let's do this. This. No, let's do this. Stop right there. And zoom in. What scale is this ship? Yeah, I guess this could be about the size of a roundabout, Kev. I don't think this is a very large ship. Well, I don't think it's a very large ship. I mean, a runabout or maybe Defiant size if you're going by Star Trek. Let's see, Star Wars. This would be. Let's see. Tantive 4 size, if this is Star Wars. Let's say Tantive 4 size. I don't know what the Tantive 4 is. Why are you even following me? Oh, I'm glad you like it. You should join Spaceship Club so you can get one. Because I'm gonna be mailing this out probably next week. It looks like from the level of completion I've managed to get to here. And that's what I do. I make one of these every month. I'm going to be live streaming it from here on out. Oh, nice curve here, yeah. There you go. Alright. I will be live streaming the creation of these ships. I'm not sure if that's going to be always public or if that's going to be a Spaceship Club only. But I kind of want to do it public because it becomes a promotion. I can say, hey, come look at the spaceship that I'm doing. And you can get one if you want one. You want one of these? Sign up for Spaceship Club. $10 a month for USians and $12 a month for non-USians. The Americans will get it quarterly. Non-Americans will, Americans get them monthly. Non-Americans will get them every 3 months, 3 ships every 3 months instead of one ship every month. I'm going to just wipe that out like that. Oops. A great way to hide some of your scenes, many scenes. Most of them on in spaceships. Though. I used to be in a rock band back in the day. So, yeah, that's cool. Now I'm leaving the back of this flat because it's going to print on the 3D printer. It's going to print that way. Wow, that looks like a line. Oh dear. That's better. You know, it's kind of hard to avoid making these spaceships kind of look penisy. And I apologize for that. But, something X-rated with that sort of thing. But anyway, no. Okay, now I want to put some marks on the top of this surface here. But that's going to be really hard to do with all this in the way. So I'm going to go to visibility and hide point. And then I'm going to do this. You can make things happen in places that you wouldn't think I could. Yeah, it's cool. And you know what? I can actually should be able to use things too, and not delete, just hide. Right. Work on this unfeathered. Back. That. Yeah, that's cool. And then this. Gotta make noises or it doesn't work. That's another Bob Ross thing. Gotta make those noises when you're trying to have the spaceships. Otherwise, none of this works. Okay. I think we've got the ability to do that. 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 So this is all just accents, really. And then we can go show point. All the points come back. Zoom in 3D. And that's this is why I'm getting ZBrush for this stuff, because it just makes this easy. I think that's going to be all of my major cut lines except this one. Maybe one there too. Like that, so I'll keep it in. Slowly but surely. There we go. Major cut lines. A few more accents. Just little bits here and there. Add to the spaceshipness. Something right there. Let's go and put in those little bits of stuff that makes it feel right. This thing here actually has one straight down the middle. Not quite straight. You can hold shift while you do this, and it gives you a nice straight line. Oops. This. And and it's one. It may not resolve in the final print, but that's okay. So we've gone from in 2 hours. We've gone from a fairly rough rendition of this to this is going to be final before the end of the day, and then I'll be printing it out as a prototype overnight, most likely. You guys probably not going to see the whole thing like this. Let's go let's put it there. Now, like I said, these are major cut lines. I also do minor cut lines, so there's a lot more of them. So let's get to the minor ones. Wow, this is looking good. Let's turn on perspective, because this is an actual object that's going to look clear in perspective, and hit PPO. Takes a minute. And there we go. Very nice. I'm happy with that. So now minor cut lines. Minor cut lines, I just do smaller. So I turn it down to 4. Probably going to need to turn the depth up again. And let's just see what this looks like. It's probably okay. So the minor cut lines are going to basically connect the big cut lines to other things. There we go. It's going to be here. Now, very delicately doing this. That. Yeah, I think that looks cool. This looks like maybe or something, right? There's something like this. That. Very good. Very good. Go. Then we go. Straight. Yeah, there we go. That's. I never get tired of that. I gotta be honest with you. I never get tired of watching that. It's like, wow, this is so cool. Let's see. So then we should do this. There. There. Let's do a quick. Let's go. Thank you. Love it. And this one I can actually extend. It would be cool if I can extend it. There. Good. I think I should do that. I guess I probably can do it over here. Yeah. And let's here. And really, I'm just doing what I feel here. This isn't anything that I'm just not gonna. I'm not being. None of this stuff is precious. It can all be changed. It can all be altered. It can all be undone and redone. One of the things about the morph target is that you can erase the morph. Not straight. There. This. Oops, sorry. This. Too far. Along here. Perfect. Excellent. And then straight down. And back. All right. Yeah. So, and just so you know, I talk to myself like this. I talk to myself like this while I'm doing this. I'm trying to practice to be able to present this stuff better. It's a video we've got. I thank my friends Bill Duran and Punch Props and Joel Tang, 3D Printing Nerd, for giving me so much excellent guidance just by doing what they do. Not by teaching me directly, but by doing the thing that they do in a way that makes it so you learn from. They're very good at doing their live video presenting, so I'm trying to emulate them in some way. Also thanks to Mike Pavlovich, the awesome 3D art director, concept artist, ZBrush maven at certain Affinity Games in Texas. Mike has a YouTube channel in which I've learned almost everything that I know about ZBrush. If it was not for Mike Pavlovich, I probably wouldn't have been able to figure ZBrush out. It's that arcane. I worked for 18 months trying to figure out ZBrush. And once I started watching Mike Pavlovich, that was the aha moment, if you will. That was the okay. This is how people should explain how to do ZBrush. Okay, now I'm going to do a little thing here. We're putting this detail. That's not going to do it. I'm going to have to turn off lazy mouse by hitting L and then just drawing back. I'm going to do that in a couple of places here. But one cool thing is circle. That's pretty weird. Let's go to lazy mouse again. Select another thing here. Turn off lazy mouse and a couple of dots. And there. And back here. Let's do it back there. Shorty there. Let's turn on the lazy mouse for that. There. Okay. This is where our human powers of pattern recognition start turning things into faces. We're very good at recognizing faces. There's an entire section of our brain that is optimized for recognizing faces. It's really important to recognize faces. Strangely enough, right? I'm just going with the flow here. I'm not thinking too hard about what I'm doing. I am simply saying, what do I think will look cool here? And then boom. Well, let's try it, and if it doesn't work, I can undo it. Beauty digital. Same here. All right. Yeah, I mean, we're almost done now. This ship is almost complete. Here. Can you bring up my stroke? Say, hey, Babbler, how you doing, dude? What's going on? Bring up my stroke settings again. Let's see, where are they? You do it here. There you go. It's draw size 4, focal shift minus 100, Z intensity 65, Z sub. Can you see that, Jason? I hope so. Yeah, I can actually open up brush. Stroke. Okay, let's open stroke. There we go. Freehand. Dots, drag rect. Freehand. Hope that helps. Learning hard surface modeling in ZBrush as we speak. Well, I really will reiterate. Go on ZBrush. I'm sorry you couldn't see that. Go on YouTube and look up Michael Pavlovich, Pavlovich. He is the ZBrush guy for me. There are others out there, but he's the guy who has told things about ZBrush in a way that made it so I could do it easily. Now, Jason, you're already an incredible sculptor in ZBrush, so you really shouldn't have any trouble with that. And Mike's instruction will be most of insane value to me. And it's free, can you believe it? Like free. He sells courses on Gumroad that you can get, but he live streams every week. And just, walks through thing after thing about ZBrush. Here. This chisel brush is a wonderful thing, man. Okay, so you already know about Mike. Very good. Yeah, I can't think of anyone who I would more highly recommend about this to this than Mike Pavlovich. He's so good, and he's fun to he's like fun to listen to as well. And he was the first one that kind of indicated to me like, hey, none of this stuff is precious. You shouldn't. You really need to just chill out while you're doing ZBrush because there's nothing that you're going to do in ZBrush that can't be redone, can't be fixed. Like if ZBrush crashes, you should be able to redo almost everything you're doing very, very quickly, especially if you're just roughing stuff out. And he's been a major inspiration for me doing this stuff. I can't even tell you how valuable that's been. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be doing this, period. If it wasn't for him, I would not be working with this in ZBrush. This would just not be a thing that I could do. Select. All the way in like this and being very slow and careful. There we go. Okay, yeah, there's a mouse. There's a mouse is awesome. Let's see, I think we need another outline right there. Get it here. I think we need another here. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's turn it down. Here. Okay. So With the chisel brush, definitely store the morph target. If you don't store a morph target, these lines that you cut won't overlap very well. This needs another one here. No, I got lost. So let's do this again. Before. Let's do this again. Down. Down. And we need to zoom in for this part. Oops, option Z. Straight. And I'm going to turn these mouse off for a second while I like that. And turn it back on again while I do this, and it's done. Alright, I think that probably enough. I'm going to call this, let's see, one more. I'm having too much fun. Let's put in one more. Alright, there we go. Very happy with that. I believe that that is going to be nearly complete. There's always something else I want to do, right? It's noodle on this all day. And turn the lazy mouse. And that corner, and that corner. Alright. Needs dots. And let's put the dot. Let's put a dot here, and a dot here. There. There. 2 dots. Dots. Yep, almost done. Almost done. This is cool. Oh, it's 11 o'clock. I actually have to finish up here. I can run over a little bit. I'm not scheduled with 47 other things today, which is great. But we're going to finish this up. And I'm going to I like putting dots on. Lots of fun. They're not rivets or anything, these are just center points or something. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, so I'm done. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a Spaceship Club person, here is your March spaceship. I'm going to go to an attractive angle. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to VPR, and I'm going to save that out. I'm going to put it up on my Patreon, and probably on Twitter and on Instagram and everything too, because I'm trying to promote the crap out of myself here. So let's see. Yep, VPR looks good. Let us document, export, JPEG, and this will be 2020 March. Done. I'm going to print a test print of this. I'm not really worried about how this one's going to print. Sometimes I will print things a couple of times to keep them from, to make sure they're going to print. I really am not worried about this one. I've got all my angles right. So this should print beautifully. Okay, so now I've exported that. And we are done. How about that? Woo! I can start printing these tomorrow. I gotta figure out what color I'm gonna print them in first, though. All right. I don't know what color I'm gonna print them in. So, thank you everyone for tuning in. Once again, I'd like to remind you. Let's go to Cintiq View. Go to Safari. Once again, I want to remind everyone and implore and ask and beg as nicely as I can. Please join my Patreon. It starts at $1 a month. $1 a month gets you a daily sketch card. It gets you 25% off in my store. This month, when you pledge $1, I'm going to send you stickers. Here's my awesome stickers. I'm going to send you stickers of Starship Right that I got. Probably going to send you a sneaky little surprise gift along with that. I'm going to try to anyway. And if you go for $10 for the Spaceship Club, either $10 or $12, you're going to get one of these key tags along with it. And I'm also going to sneak in a random sketch card for people who pledge on the Patreon. So $10 a month for Americans, you get a spaceship like this, like the one we just did, in your mailbox every month. And you'll get this some extra goodies for the month of March. Let's see, what else? Oh, and a random sketch card. The $12 a month International Spaceship Card, you'll get all the same ships, but you'll get them quarterly, 3 ships every 3 months, because that makes it possible for me to ship them at a reasonable cost and make this work in a way that I'm not losing money. Because that's not what I'm about here. I want to make some, but I also want to give you awesome stuff for it. So if you're one of my patrons, you're going to get all the awesome stuff first. You get early access to anything that I put up in the store. The patron, the sketch cards go up every week from the previous week. They're only available for that week to patrons. So if you like a sketch card, even if you're a $1 patron, if you like a sketch card, you will get access to it the next week, and you can pick it up for $15 instead of $20 because you're a patron. So you sign up as a patron, you have to open an account in the Starship Right store, which there it is. Here's the Starship Right store. This is the Pledge Drive page. I go to the home page on the Starship Right store. It's just starshipright.com. I'll put that in the chat. Hey, Chris Dahl, how you doing, man? No worries. No worries. So starshipright.com, that's the store. You click on Pledge Drive up here in the menu. And some of these paintings are already for sale. And, the store is, as always, a work in progress. But we've got original art. We've got every sketch card I've done for the last 3.5 years is in here, except ones that have already sold. And they're all for patrons, $15. If you join with Patreon, you get 25% off everything in the store except for things like this here gun store. Is it upside down? It's upside down. Except for things like this gun store painting, you get 25%. These things I gotta sell at the same price to everybody. But everything else is 25%. The keychains will go up in the store after this. And if you want to buy them, they'll be $6 or $7. I could figure that out. Anyway, thank you very much for coming to my live stream and for watching it if you're watching it later. Please subscribe to the video on YouTube. Please join my page, like my page on Facebook if you're watching on Facebook. It's Jeff Zugale Starship Right art page. It's at Starship Right on Facebook. I'm on Instagram at Jeff Zugale. I'm on Twitter at Jeff Zugale. I'm on Reddit. I'm new Starship Right on Reddit, and I'm posting stuff there. Oh gosh, where else am I? I don't know. Yeah, Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, Insta. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Come find me, come hang out, let's talk. I will see you next time. Thank you again very much for showing up. Let me transition over to my FaceTime camera. Thank you very much for coming to this live stream. I'm going to do this again next week, same time, same place. So please hit them subscribe buttons, hit them notification buttons, hit everything that can be hit so you can find out what I'm doing next. And excuse me. Oh, Kevin says, for people thinking about getting the book, do it. It's well worth it. I would tend to agree. I kickstarted it a couple of years ago. And I haven't had any complaints. It's a book full of spaceships, and it's really nice. It was great to do. So, oh, and by the way, that is available. My book is available on Gumroad as a digital PDF for only $5. It's also on ArtStation. Same thing on ArtStation as well. $5 gets you the PDF ebook. It looks fantastic on iPads. It looks really nice on anything else, but it looks just fantastic on an iPad because that's where I did the paint. Okay. Thanks very much, everyone. I'm going to go now. Very, very nice to have you here. Please do come back. And I'll see you next week here at Starship Club. Bye.